Now, delayed type hypersensitivity is the type of hypersensitivity which we'll be looking at next. Alright, this is under orthopedics, so we won't actually go in depth as if we're in microbiology. You understand? So I'm coming. Okay. So for delayed type hypersensitivity, first of all, you need to actually know that what is the type that is also known as type 4 hypersensitivity, or it's also known as type 4 hypersensitivity. So what we got, we said that the delayed type hypersensitivity is also known as type 4 hypersensitivity. It's a cell-mediated immune response. So it's delayed because what? It takes a longer time, for actions to actually come in, So it takes about 24, that's 1 day, to 72 hours, that's 3 days. Alright, for it to develop after you have been exposed to the bad guys, So unlike other hypersensitivities that involve antibodies, this one is cell mediated. So it's T cells, especially the CD4 Th1 cells and macrophages. So for the mechanism of this, alright, we said that sensitization phase, your body has to be alerted that okay, something like this exists. Okay, so first you have to be exposed to the antigen. The antigen-presenting cells, antigen-presenting cells, they are the ones that will go and tell your immune system or present the bad guys or present what can help your immune system recognize the bad guys, Alright, so antigen presenting cells like macrophages, dendritic cells, they are the ones that present the antigen to CD4 T cells, right? So the T cells, they become activated, clonally they expand. Then the effector phase, that's later on, if you get exposed to the same antigen now, your body knows it. Okay, so activated T helper 1 cells release cytokines that recruit and activate macrophages. So macrophages release lytic enzymes and inflammatory mediators. Right, this will now result in localized inflammation, tissue damage, sometimes granuloma formations. Alright, so this is sensitization phase, where your body is knowing it for the first time. This is the effector phase, where it is now coming for the second time. Your body already knows it, So examples of this delayed type hypersensitivity reactions include things like tuberculin skin test for tuberculosis, contact dermatitis, granulomatous inflammation, allograft rejection, autoimmune conditions that just involve, the cell-mediated response, right? So clinical features, first of all, you should know that in this cell-mediated one, there's usually inflammation. So there's redness of that part of the body, there's swelling, there's induration. Do you understand? At the site where the antigen issues are actually happening. So it's delayed, there's no antibodies, so it's actually T cells, may lead to chronic inflammation and tissue necrosis if you leave it for a very long time. So just so you know, for the management, you just involve anything that is making that hypersensitivity reaction in the first place. You should avoid it. Alright, then topical corticosteroids for handling inflammation, then some drugs that will basically help to calm down your immune system so that it is not overreacting to stuffs. Alright, so that's just it for the delayed type of hypersensitivity reactions.